Okay, let's see. Camera's recording. Audio's recording. Yep. I feel like something's missing. Oh yeah. Let's do this. Howdy guys, how's it going? Zach Ramirez here. Good to be here. Well, I guess I'm always here. Got my coffee. It's the weekend. This weekend I'm going to be playing another camp with the people that you saw from the D Now. We're gonna be up in Dahlonega playing for this retreat. It's a mixture of a bunch of different churches and everything, so I'm getting my stuff packed up and ready, and I thought, hey, you know what? I think it'd be cool to show you guys just kind of the essentials that I bring with me when I go play for churches or for gigs, particularly the things that I bring with me when I'm drumming. Just kind of break out my stick bag and other miscellaneous things that I bring with me. So let's do this. All right, everybody, so this here is my good old stick bag. We love this thing. I used to have this crappy little stick bag that I found in the dark corners of my church. It was just hidden behind some boxes and underneath some stuff covered in cobwebs, and the thing was falling apart. But that bag held me over for quite a while, but it was about time to get something new. So my family so graciously and generously got this for me Christmas, and I absolutely love this thing. It's got a bunch of different pouches. The material feels really nice. Got fun zippers. I mean, it's a zipper. A zipper's a zipper, you know? I love this bag. It's great. And just look at this thing. Look how awesome this is. Ah, so cool. It really just classes up the whole game. You look, I don't know. I love this bag. It's my stick bag. Anyways, one of the great things that I love about the stick bag is the extra storage options. You can see I'm not really using all of them, but the nice thing is it gives me options, and the pouches are actually much bigger than you think. So let's break into this. So I guess I already spoiled it with a not so grand reveal. So what's mainly inside of this drumstick bag is drumsticks, an assortment of different drumsticks. I've got a bunch of different sticks in here, and I actually go back and forth on what my main stick that I usually use is. For the longest time, I would use, that's embarrassing, I don't even have any in here. Really? They're all 5Bs? So, for the longest time, my main pair that I would use would be these Bad Mama Jammas right here. Will that focus? The Vader Power 5As. Love these things because they fit super comfortably in my hand, and they have this nice rounded tip, which it doesn't seem like it would do a lot, but it feels very bouncy. It's got a lot of weight to it, so you really don't have to try too hard. It feels like I'm slinging hammers and that I'm putting very little effort. It's also very nice because these sticks are kind of longer than your standard run-of-the-mill sticks. I forget by how long, but I know they're a little bit longer. I got short people problems, so this helps me just get a little bit of extra reach with my teeth. Dropping crap like crazy. But yeah, love these sticks, Vader Power 5As, love them. Now, these were my main sticks, and I used to use them all the time, but things have kind of been switching lately just because I tend to be a heavy hitter. I know. I like to hit the drums, and I like to hit them hard, and I need to learn more self-control, but I also like to have fun. So, yeah. So I've actually recently kind of switched the sticks that I've been using to these bad mamma jammas right here. The Vader Manhattan 7As. These are a little bit lighter. Again, they have this kind of barrel tip. It may not seem like it makes a difference, but just from a feel style, it makes a big difference for me at least. Yeah, so these sticks, they're just really lightweight, so you can kind of dig in a little bit more, and there's a lot more dynamic control with these. So, and these feel really comfortable, especially for 7As. 7As are thinner than most drumsticks, so kind of your standard size in terms of thickness, so how thick it is. This is a 5A, which this is about the standard size. Then there's a little bit thicker. You can't really tell from the camera, I guess, but this is a 5B. I like to use these ones when I'm practicing here at home on my electric kit, just because they require a little bit more effort. So that's just to build some strength and everything. So that's why I use these here at home. 5Bs are really thick. 5As are your standard size, and then 7As a little bit thinner. But they don't feel like flimsy sticks. They still feel like very solid sticks. So I highly recommend, if you're a heavy hitter like myself and you know that you need to have a little bit more dynamic control, get you some Manhattan 7As or some 7As that feel good to you. Now, as drummers, you got to be prepared for a bunch of different situations. Say you're playing in a smaller room and you can't necessarily use sticks, or you just want to go with something a little lighter, or the song calls for just a specific sound. And that's when you pull out. I'm just remembering that the stick I was about to talk about, I have left at the camp because we were there last weekend. We're going to be there this weekend. I left them there for other people to use. I don't currently have them with me, but they're rods. So drum rods, they can come in a variety of different forms of wood, plastic, adjustable, non-adjustable. It's great to have a pair of rods with you. Really just helps so that way you can bring a lot more dynamics, but it'll make the drums way quieter. So you can dig in a little bit more. You're not tapping on everything, but it makes your sound engineer a lot happy and might make your band a whole lot happier as well, just to not have drums blasting on the stage. Also, another big thing to have, especially in worship settings, are these mallets with either foam or just a rubber or a lighter tip. Back in the day, I actually made these ones in high school. I took some sticks that I wasn't really using, got some duct tape, and just taped the crap out of them to give this softer, rubberier, but this way so that you can swell on cymbals. And this is great to just add little accents here and there without bringing a whole lot of attention, just to kind of build dynamically. You can even use this on your toms and whatnot, and it'll be really great for just building without having a whole lot of stick attack. Anyways, get you some of these. These are great for cymbal washes. I think as drummers, as percussionists, we should be able to play as many roles as a percussionist as we can. So highly recommend that you get you some brushes that you can do some of those lighter brush works with. I highly recommend getting ones that have these pull rings on. So it's just quick, boom. Just a quick little pull it, push it, you got it. There's some that they don't have the pull ring and you have to whip it out, and it looks really cool because you whip it and then all these little wire brushes come out, but then to put it back, it's this really janky process of having to put it back in and everything. So highly recommend. These Zildjian ones have served me well. You only have to buy them once, and unless you're playing with brushes all the time or you're going ham, you're not really gonna have to replace these that often. So yeah, highly recommend getting you some brushes. So those are the main assortment of sticks. I have all these just other sticks that I've collected over the years. A lot of them I don't really use, but just have them in there for spare sticks in case one flies out of my hand and then I can pull something. So yeah, that's my assortment of sticks that I have in my stick bag. Now let's get on to just kind of the random accessories that I think are very important to have. So in here, this one I wouldn't say is necessary, but it can be helpful from time to time. I've got this bad mamma jamma. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a drum dial. You put this on the drum head, and then you can put this next to the different tuners. You move it around so that way you can have even tension all the way around the drum. This little dial measures the pressure of it. It's really cool, really handy. To be totally honest, I don't really use this thing a whole lot. Maybe I should use this more. I've just gotten really used to tuning kind of by ear and by feel. Of course, it's not going to be perfect, but I think it's very important that people that drummers learn how to tune their drums by ear and by feel, not having to rely on these things. Though these things do really come in handy, especially if you're doing some studio work, if you're a sound engineer, or if you're a drummer who's trying to repair a really just whacked out drum. These things really can come in handy. So I do recommend getting you some sort of drum tuner or drum dial or something. Just good to have one on hand just in case. And speaking of drum tuning, always have, it's in there, have in your bag a drum key. What is a drum key, you might ask, for you non-drummers or drummers who are just starting out? This is what you will use to tune and turn the tension rods on your drum kit, or adjust your seat sometimes. This thing is vital to setting up your drum kit. Keep these on you. I feel like I always have them everywhere except when I need them. I always try to keep one in my drum bag, so that way when I'm on a gig or something and I need a drum key, I know there's one in my drum bag. On top of that, I also have one on my keychain with my car keys. So that way, wherever I go, even if I'm not playing drums, I'll most likely have one because I most likely got to that place in my car. So I will have a drum key with me. There's so many situations, especially when you're playing drums, that you need a drum key. You will need a drum key. Have a drum key with you. It'll save your bacon, let me tell you. Coffee break. Woo! All right, what else we got in here? Important thing I think to keep on you is some moon gels or just other dampening materials. Things to dampen your drums with. So what these are, let me pull these out. So these things, these little gels, and you put them on your drums, they stick right there, and they help reduce some of the random noises or overtones that your drum will make as a part of the note. Maybe this drum has a really warbly sound. These gels will kind of help mute that warble a little bit. Having some moon gels does help in reducing random overtones or random frequencies that are triggered by other drums. So having some different types of dampening are great. Or another great trick that I often use is if you have a big old stinking wallet like I do, you get this sucker, you throw it on top of your snare drum or something, and this will help kill a lot of overtones. Yet bring along some dampening devices, moon gels, your wallet. Yeah, having these things, really great to have. Highly recommend it. Yeah, so ladies and gents, that's everything that's in my stick bag. On top of that, I also bring my backpack pretty much everywhere I go. I do also bring a lot of stuff that I've used pretty much on every gig in my backpack. So namely, my in-ears. I use these things all the time, except for the last vlog that D-Now we were playing. We didn't have any in-ears. We were just using wedge. But most of the time I'm using in-ear monitors. These are the Shure 215s. I think they run about $100, but I actually got these as a gift of some very kind friends of mine. But these things, they're worth every penny. If they weren't given to me as a gift, I would totally pay the $100 for them. The sound quality on them is great, and what's even more important is the durability. They'll work through thick and thin. Yeah, these things are fantastic. Get you a good set of in-ears, ones you know aren't gonna break on. I always recommend buying a cheap set, maybe like the KZs or something like that, which are only 14 bucks. Buy those and have those as a backup set in case your main ears go out on you. You want something quick that you can switch to, so having some backup in-ears. I also like having my iPad with me. My iPad just helps in a number of different situations. I've got different apps on here for music related things such as pads or metronomes, so we can run that for the band, as well as I can control my in-ear monitors, which I can do from my phone, but it's also nice to have that on here as well. So just kind of some essential things to bring with you. In-ears, an extra set of in-ears, a device to control some stuff, look up chord charts, control your in-ear mixes, just little things to have with you. Well, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys sticking around. So maybe I'll go through what I bring when I play guitar or what I bring when I play bass, because I like that stuff. I like talking about that stuff. Stay well, stay safe, play on. Peace.